At Sierra, discover great deals on top brand workout gear, like high-quality walking shoes, which might lead to another discovery.
40,000 steps, baby. Who's on top now, Karen?
You've taken the office step challenge a step too far. Don't worry, though. Sierra also has yoga gear. It might be a good place to find your zen. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. The price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Let's talk about how Popeye's wings now come in spicy and mild flavors, in sauced and dry rubbed. Because trust me, it's worth talking about. They're improved, optimized, enhanced, got the glow up, rizzed up, goated. That's right, I own it, the source. But I'll keep it simple for you. We just made them better. Popeye's wings, now available in better. 6-piece wings for $6.99. Love that chicken from Popeyes. At participating U.S. restaurants, price may vary. Tax extra.
WTL.
It's time!
WTL.
I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by J.O. J.O. from Nebraska, as your Twitter handle says.
Absolutely. You got it right this time.
I did.
You know how many times I can count with fingers and toes.
Oh, I know. I always mix it up. I want to say J.O.
J.O. is Nebraska, which I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
claim to be the state, but I am from it, and I'm proud.
Or J.O. of Omaha of Nebraska. I say of Nebraska.
Of Nebraska.
But it's from. It's from
Nebraska. Good to be here.
Yes. And we got Jabron's going to be feeding us different types of parlay picks. That's going to be all over YouTube for folks looking for Jabron, the parlay pounder. And we got Jake. Jake has been killing it with his NASCAR picks.
I am now a fan of NASCAR. Didn't have that on my bingo card this year, but here we are.
Yeah. Bartecki will do that to you.
He's picking winners.
He is. He picks winners, and I don't know if there's a tougher winner to pick than he. I mean, he had a stretch there like in June where he had 3 winners out of the 4 weekends. Wild. I know.
Take that in any sport.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about, 40 cars starting a race and then wrecks and all that. So congratulations, Jake. You, I don't know if you saw on X, winners get memorabilia. He's a Southside kid, so I got him some Frank Thomas memorabilia. Starting lineup from 1996.
Oh, that's gold.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That is gold.
It was in with the mint, not mint, but good condition, fair condition, whatever.
Still in the package.
Yes,
then.
it's still in the package. So pretty sweet. And I didn't know it. Jake actually has a Frank Thomas used bat.
Like that he scored from Frank?
Well, yeah, that he got from Frank Thomas or from a card shop or something. He's from Southside Chicago.
Yeah.
And he's a Southie.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah, he was pretty happy to see that. But we are getting back over the airwaves, ESPN Tri-City Radios. Of course, we're on the YouTubes and all over social media. But this will be the first time a lot of folks hear from us, so I think we have to start with Big Red. Big Red, Nebraska, Husker Football, catching a lot of hype, a lot of talk, like they always are.
Yeah, this is the time of year where the Huskers catch a wave, and holy cow, they are riding it right now.
Yes, they are, and there is something to be said for just putting yourself out there right away, and I don't know if there's a team in the nation that's done that more consistently than Nebraska as far as game 1, where that's week 0 across the pond, week 1 against a ranked opponent, or on the road or a neutral site. Nebraska just hasn't made it easy for itself.
No.
What would you say? Like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And they could have used some help. Maybe I've got a couple of those. And we're not getting a home game here either.
No, this is a season that the schedule is built like for I don't want to say the comeback. I don't want to say they're back or anything like that. But for a season that moves forward for Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
And they go ahead and schedule a neutral site game against a Cincinnati team that's going to be a tough out.
Yeah.
And you just don't know what that environment's going to be.
I mean, on paper, it kind of looks like it's going to be kind of a home game for Nebraska. A lot of tickets are sold to Husker fans. It didn't matter if it was going to be at Arrowhead or where.
Right.
We were going to travel. The scary part is, like you said, you're not exactly sure how it's going to pan out, what it's going to look like, sound like. It's going to be different. It's not going to be at home. You also have a Cincinnati Bearcat team who's in the Big 12, and we heard about all the pieces Nebraska brought in through the transfer portal and all of our freshmen in red shirts, Van Poppel.
Yep.
Cincinnati made some waves too in the offseason. We're just not paying attention to it, but if you dig into it, you see they got some playmakers on offense, and they filled some holes, some gaps on defense. They're going to be a lot better than the team that won 4 games last year.
Well, and that's what we always do. We go in the offseason, we're excited about who we added because we got better, right? we got better.
We did.
And we're excited for a new year. We're excited for another chase at 6 to 9 to hopefully more wins.
Yeah.
But so did they. And they're also excited. And this is this is an even bigger game for them when you think about it because we're Nebraska.
Yeah.
And it all, even before the players even hit the field, do you have the tunnel walk? Do you have that energy that you get when you start a game right before kickoff? The intimidation. We're not going to have that. No. If anything, they got to be more excited than anybody.
And you want to talk about distractions? I mean, Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be there. On Cincinnati's side, they have 2 very famous alumni who are doing fairly well in the podcast world right now.
They're doing pretty good, yeah.
Talking about the Kelsey brothers. Some like 30 million downloads now with that, their last.
And that was all because of the Kelsey brothers.
It was.
Nothing to do with Travis's girlfriend.
Right. Whoever. Yeah, she's like a singer-songwriter.
There's an album coming out. It might do okay.
Yeah. So anyway, she helped out, maybe bumped a few numbers, a few music fans or something. But yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift might be at the game, for God's sakes. So you don't know what this environment is going to be like. And those distractions have gotten the better of Nebraska, if we're being honest, over the past couple of seasons. And how's this team going to react? It's still a young team. And it got a lot younger, especially at the defensive line. Something that was really our cornerstone last year. That's still to be seen. A lot of people are saying, but they're more athletic. They're deeper. They brought in a guy from Missouri. He is awesome. Okay, I believe all that, but we still need to see it. Yeah. And this is going to be one heck of an environment to test that. Speaking of that, the line has moved.
Oh.
It's set at 6.5 for a very long time. Nebraska was a -150, -130 favorite at 6.5. Now it's moved up to a full 7. We were given Archie, our 2-footed, he can punt with his left, punt with his right. Giving him a bad time last week, getting emotional, the Mitch Sherman interview, our question. But maybe he did.
Did we give him that?
I think he got that half point there in special teams. So.
How funny is that? We definitely didn't give him credit for a line move, and he got the line move.
Then he got that. Yeah, we got that half point. So congratulations. Do you still feel good about Nebraska covering? On paper, Nebraska is the away team. They're the visitor.
I like us still covering. There's just so many question marks.
Yeah.
That you like to see on the field before you're 100% in. I don't know. You want the ball to be kicked and caught and ran, and then just kind of see what happens between the tackles. But I do like them on paper to be the better team.
Yeah.
At 6.5, I loved it.
Right.
At 7, I'm a little more skeptical, and now I'm looking more of the over/under. But I still love the idea of them winning the game.
Yeah, I do too, and I'd take a 1-point win at this point. I just want that opening win, however it comes. I too, though, I am buying into what I'm hearing, and it seems it adds up and it makes sense. And this is Matt Rule, Coach Rule's year 3 at Nebraska, and it appears that he has a lot of pieces in place. And he didn't get lazy. They went out and got so many additions, and on the offensive line, we got some depth. There's been no injuries to really speak of. And here we are with a guard from Notre Dame, Rocco. Can't get a better name for an offensive lineman than Rocco.
You really can't.
Played for a national title last year. I think he started 7 or 8 games for the Fighting Irish. He got a hefty little NIL deal. Brought that Pritchard kid in from Alabama. It looks like he's closing in on that left tackle starting job. If nothing else, I just like the competition, the depth, and it appears to, in my mind, the most important position to solidify our positions is that offensive line. And I think we might have our best offensive line in quite a while.
This is the best one in a while, and Rocco, he said it. I mean, he said, hey, I got a national title, or I'm in the mix for a national title. Where am I going to go next to do it?
Yeah.
Nebraska,
of course.
Obviously.
Of course.
You know, you come to Lincoln, Nebraska to get that done, obviously. Well, he didn't really say that. I don't want to put that on Rocco, but
yeah.
But no, it's good to have him. This is the best offensive line that we've had in quite some time.
I think so. And I think that's going to help. And I don't think the defense is going to take too much of a dip, moving defensive coordinators, losing our guy White to Florida State. But Butler has been in the system. He was a coach last year. He's also been a defensive coordinator before. He's an old Penn State guy. He also followed O'Brien to the Texans, where he had some really good defensive secondaries, defensive backfields.
That's had some good years, yeah.
Same with Buffalo. And here's Coach Rule, once again, kind of putting together kind of a pro-style type of a coaching staff that has experience at the college level. Once it makes sense, and I expect good things to happen.
Yeah, and that's what players want. They want to be able to be coached by NFL guys, NFL systems, so they're prepared for the next level, and it makes some money along the way. But in education, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get that skewed, but third down defense is again and again going to be the thing that I'm looking at, especially this week one. And can we make those stops? Can we get the ball back and then let our year 2 quarterback go take care of business?
Well, real quick here, big picture. We're sitting at 7.5 wins on most books. A lot of people are favoring the over. You had some questions last week over running back and some of the chatter you're hearing, like, oh no, we're good, don't ask about it. Now I'm looking into it. I'm like, oh yeah, why are they saying that? Don't worry about it. I don't like it when people tell me not to worry about it.
That's exactly why I'm concerned. I didn't think about it all offseason. I go, this is the first time we've really had a guy step in as RB1, right?
Right.
We should be good. And then a week ago, I hear Coach Rule say, I'm not concerned about the running back position at all. I have other concerns. And I'm like, Coach, you don't have to say that, right? Like, now I'm concerned. So then I start to look at it. Boy, that O-line better be good. Like, now I'm concerned. Right. So I don't know.
Yeah, and we haven't heard much as far as depth goes there.
No.
And it's just like, why are they so quick to just anoint him RB1?
Correct.
Where there's no competition, it's done. Where they at least kind of, even where there's some positions we know that's locked up.
Yeah.
They'll at least play the game and, we're not giving out single-digit jerseys to the guys that had them last year. They still got to earn them. But that wasn't the case with the running back. So maybe there is a reason to pause a little bit there.
I hope I'm wrong, but I can totally see week 2, week 3, week 4, we're going, where's the running game, Nebraska? Come on.
Well, on Warhorse Sportsbook, it's at a -120 to the over 7.5. Can we get there?
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so, too. I mean, I'm counting on – there's the horns thrower up against it, but I'm counting on that week 1 win. We got to get Cincinnati and Akron, Houston Christian the following week. Then if we're going into a home game against Michigan, 3-0, I'm feeling really good about that and well on our way to 7.5. Even if we don't get that Michigan game in week 4, we're still in a good position, a good spot to get that over, to get that 8th win, which we haven't had in a couple of years.
Quite a while, yeah.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, I know the way, to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen. And keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable. unstoppable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Well, you heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Stock and Rod Company, an outdoor lifestyle brand for those seeking adventure. Whether it's hunting, fishing, hiking, they got you covered. Visit stockandrod.com to get your wild game on. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL. And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
J.O. I'm back, baby.
J.O. from Nebraska, as his Twitter handle says. See, I'm getting that right.
I'm getting it right.
Batting 1,000 here. By the way, congratulations on your Laugh With Me podcast.
Thank you.
You just won some awards, took on some hardware, and you just celebrated your 100th episode.
We just had our 100th episode come out, which was just a huge deal in the podcast community. We had there was like a 2025 year in review, Insider Weekly, named us Comedy Podcast of the Year. That was awesome. So,
yeah, wow.
Laugh With Me podcast.
Boy.
Come check us out anywhere.
There's some funny competition out there, too.
Oh, everybody.
You know, I mean, there's Flagrant, I was singing, and you could even count Bussin' With the Boys.
Bussin' With the Boys are in the mix.
Yeah. They're funny. I don't know if Will Compton means to be funny, but, man, he's a... when I always go back to when they had Donald Trump on. Yeah. And he was defending the woman-man boxer in the Olympics. Yeah. And Trump just looks at him and goes, "You're an interesting guy, Will." He's just nodding.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
He's not even going into that. Yep.
No, he's like, yeah, I think you might be right on it. You're onto something there. So we wanted to stay with the Huskers. We wanted to stay with our beloved Cornhuskers because we just caught wind of some betting lines coming out on one of our local sports books here, the War Horse Casino in Lincoln and Omaha. If you haven't been to the place in Omaha yet, wow.
Oh, check it out.
I mean, my goodness. You remember the old Horseman's Park, and Horseman's Park's still there, but it's you don't recognize it.
Well, that's the thing. We don't even know. Like, most people don't even know we have this in Omaha.
Yeah. So. It is wild. Yeah, I mean, it is so nice. Just everything. And all the bars, phase 2 of the development opened up over the summer. So their new sports bar, their new restaurants, a lot of the additions over there. So it's pretty immaculate, pretty special, like you would expect.
Yeah, worth a night out.
But I got onto their bet builder, their app, and we still can't bet on Husker football home games.
Right.
But we can bet on away games legally. But one thing that they have done is they've opened up a whole betting market for volleyball.
As one should. We are volleyball state.
We are a volleyball state. I don't think anybody would argue that.
No, not at all.
No. And so I wanted to get into these. It's just straight up. It's one of the big red buttons, a big red button called Nebraska Volleyball Betting Markets. And I'm just going to read the first one right off from the top here to give you an idea of some of these lines we're going to be getting into. Nebraska to win the Big Ten Conference regular season title. Dead heat rules apply AF co-champions. If you're betting yes, they will. That's a plus money bet. Plus 100.
Plus 100. Wow.
So it's like a coin flip. They're basically just, that tells you exactly what you need to know
just
with the
hand
confidence.
It to us. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and then we have Nebraska. This is probably my favorite one. It's a minus money bet. Nebraska will make it to the Final Four. Minus 134.
How wild is that? Like, they're basically just saying you will be in the Final Four.
Nebraska will be in the Final Four.
Everything else, we'll find out.
It's not even a plus money bet.
Yeah.
It's a future to just say you're basically going to be in the championship, or the Final Four.
That's the equivalent of like the Saban, Alabama football teams. They're going to be in the playoff. Yeah, they probably will be.
When it was a 14 playoff.
Right.
Yeah. And they're probably going to be. Yeah. It's amazing. And I kind of hate it. I agree. I think they will be. I think they will be.
Yep.
Just look at what they brought back. That post-game interview. Did you watch that when I think it was Harper Murray was, kind of down in the dumps, and she goes, "I'm just going to be so determined. I'm going to put in even more in the offseason this year." And the gal from Waverly, what she had to say over her shoulder.
No, what'd she say?
F yeah. And the hot mic, and they all picked it up. Everyone, the national television audience picked up the good old F yeah from Becca Alex, our middle blocker. So
that's the fighting spirit we want in Nebraska.
I believed her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they've been front and center all off season, just trying to get out in front of the state and show us, what they're made of.
It's pretty scary to think they're probably better, or we think they're going to be better than they were last year. And last year they only lost to 2 schools. They only lost 3 games all season long. The final game being to Penn State in semifinals there. Can you name the other team they lost to?
I would say
it was early in the year, and it was when the sky was falling, and oh my God, it was the 4th game of the year, and after they lost to this team, it was like, oh no,
it's all over. If I had to guess, it would be Texas.
It was close. Okay. It was a Texas school, SMU.
You know what? I watched that game.
Yes,
I did. I watched that match.
Yep.
You're right.
Swept.
Nebraska we got swept. You're right.
Yeah. And then SMU actually did have a very good season. They brought in a lot of transfers, 5th-year senior, 6th-year senior type, and you could see how they were able to sneak up on Nebraska and beat them like that. But obviously Nebraska rebounded. It was probably the wake-up call that they needed because
they went on absolute tear after that.
Yeah, they didn't lose until Penn State late in the season, and that was a barn burner. But they opened the season against number 9 ranked Kentucky and beat them 3-1, which they're doing more of the same this year. You got that schedule pulled up.
Yeah, we're playing Pittsburgh here on Friday. It's like a little opening season tournament type style. We're going to play Pittsburgh, which Pittsburgh's being ranked in the top 5 People's Power rankings right now. And then play Stanford on Sunday, another top 5 matchup.
Wow. Jeez.
To get ready for the season, you're going head to head with the best of the best, and there's just no better way to do it.
Yeah, really. And they're a team that can stomach that and can play above it, and I'm not worried about them. Whether they lose 1 or 2, they'll still be able to maintain and have a great season.
New head coach.
That's
the other thing. New head coach. How do we feel about that? You got to feel the culture's there. The talent. Everybody's just kind of business as usual. But still, you never know once you get in the heat of battle.
That's true. But Danny Busboom Kelly, she has made a national championship game with Louisville and a Final Four with Louisville. I think 2 Final Fours with Louisville. So she's paid her dues, and she's also, as a player, won a national championship for the Huskers. Yeah. It feels like everything's in line. And and I think the telltale there is nobody transferred out. Nobody hit the transfer portal. There were some deals out there.
Yeah.
They could have pretty much had their pick of where they wanted to go.
Could have gone anywhere they wanted.
And then you bring in international talent. We finally got to see her, the gal from Italy, playing the alumni game. She looks like she's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be a scary good team. Do we have a betting line on that Pittsburgh? I'm just thinking if the future is at a minus 134 to be in the Final Four, what is it to be a top 5 team, like a minus 500? Like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I'm going to look this up and see if we've got a line.
They got to be so far out in front.
Got to be something.
Early on when we got interviewed to be on follow-up Doug Duda and the Doug and Daddy show, they asked, well, what are you guys going to talk about? I said, well, we're not going to talk about Nebraska bowling because there's no action. Nebraska bowling wins every match, every tournament, doesn't matter. And it's kind of the same here with volleyball.
Right now, we just have the futures.
We don't even
have action on.
Come on, more
on Friday. Let's get on this.
You're gonna take my money up front. Probably the best bet here is, will Nebraska win the national championship at a plus 200? Plus 200. I mean,
I think a lot of Nebraskans would go into this season and say, yeah, we're going to win the national title. And they're going, oh, you're going to give me money. Oh, you're going to go plus 200 on it. I could take that action. I feel more confident in that, I think, than I do on the Husker football team covering that 7 against Cincinnati right now. I'm just saying. This is
okay. Oh, yeah, the 7. Okay, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I feel more confident in the volleyball team winning the national title. They just have the pedigree. They have the talent. They've got just the right mix of players. Mm-hmm. It just feels right, especially how the way last season ended. And then
the fuel.
Vegas likes it too. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let me put it this way. Do you feel better about Nebraska volleyball winning the championship at plus 200?
Okay.
Or Nebraska football hitting that 7.5 over at about the same thing, at about a minus 170?
I like the football team hitting over
7.5 better. Okay,
yeah.
That's all we had to do.
Yeah.
I knew we could get there somewhere where we would give the
I
football
still love
boys
Husker
a little bit
football.
or we could give the football team a little bit of love
something.
here. But that volleyball team is immaculate. It looks like they're geared to win. And I guess when you think twice about it, I guess these betting lines make sense from Warhorse. It's just kind of shocking.
Yes.
That we're looking at.
Because you don't give any team that kind of love.
Oh my gosh.
Across the board like that in any sport. I mean, I guess you were saying bowling, sure, but that's totally different. Like there is, top 10 teams. I mean, Creighton's in the top 10 in power rankings. I could see Creighton being in the Final Four.
Yeah, of course.
And so that puts them right there in the national title mix. I see Creighton being able to compete with Nebraska.
They're
That's
ranked
a great team.
Yeah, they're ranked 9th in the nation last year when they played Nebraska. And there's this weird monkey on their back where they've never beat the Huskers. That's got to happen some year.
It's gonna happen.
And I mean, if SMU can creep up and beat Nebraska one year, don't you think Creighton could?
100%.
I mean, they're not going to sneak up on anybody being ranked that high and being the in-state rival. But you get what I'm.
But it shifts. I mean, that shifts the power within the state, which they, as good as they are, being a top 10 team, they always will know. Okay, but Nebraska is this. Yeah. Until they beat Nebraska, they're always just going to be second fiddle.
Well. And I feel like even when they do beat Nebraska, let's say they beat Nebraska 4 years in a row, do you still measure or look at Creighton volleyball like you do Nebraska volleyball?
Well, maybe not big picture.
To me, it's kind of like the Iowa-Nebraska argument in football. Like Iowa, you can beat Nebraska all you want 4 years in a row or whatever the case may be, but it's still like you don't got the 5 national championships. You're forgetting about the 70s, the 80s, the 60s where we had 2 national championships, the 90s. Do we got to say the 90s, Iowa? It doesn't matter. Like it's going to take a lot more wins in a row. But anyhow, I digress. You heard the horn there. That means we're up against it. Any final thoughts on Nebraska volleyball? You like those lines? You think they're probably where they need to be?
I love the lines if you were going to make a play. I mean, this is a confident team. Like I just said, I love the idea of them winning the national title more so than
I know.
football team
wild.
covering 7. So
I think it makes sense too. It's insane. You watch. We just cursed them all. All right, you heard the horn. That means we are up against it, but we have to take them in to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and this is a new one: Sand Hill Slims.
Let's go.
Meat sticks. This is Angus beef. Grass raised out on the sandhills of Nebraska. These sticks are popping up in Pumpkin Pantry, Bosselman's, all over the state. So be on the lookout for them. They're paleo diet friendly.
Here we go.
Yeah, so very healthy. I've been sticking them in the kids' lunch pails or back to school. So that is their snack. You're getting a Sandhill Slim. You're going to get the protein you're looking for. And if we were into paleo diet, it would be okay on that front as well.
Maybe.
Want to live better? We've got a lot of work to do. Join Chris Hemsworth in National Geographic's new Disney Plus original series, Limitless. Live better now.
I'm diving headfirst into cutting-edge science to uncover 3 powerful secrets to living better right now. The growth that occurs through any challenging experience is really what we seek.
Chris Hemsworth stars in Limitless. Live better now. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
It's showtime.
That is in your future.
Maybe. What's the plus money on that? I don't know. Sandhill Slims. Check them out, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL. And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where is the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
J.O.
Jeremy Odem's back in the fold, working the 1s and 2s over there. You got some experience working the board in radio, don't you?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. But it feels a lot like home. I spent quite a few years behind this board, and here I am. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Back in it. Sometimes you just can't get out of it. You know, you get pulled back in. You know, what was that? What gangster movie was that?
Oh, yeah.
Godfather Part 3. They pulled me back in.
I thought I was out, and they pulled me back in.
We're glad to have you. And, of course, we still got Jabron, the parlay pounder, giving us UFC parlays left and right. And then Jake Bartecki just killing it with NASCAR picks. I think we're going to get some input from him and other things, too, because he's just doing too good in NASCAR. We can't just keep him there.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got the edge in one sport, he can certainly use that in others. Money's money. Let's earn it, okay?
Money's money. Well, you know, we had a lot of fun last week talking fantasy football, you know, kind of the daily fantasy picks and different types of player props. So I think we need to give it its just due, because that seems to be a very hot topic right now. Everybody's tied for number one in their fantasy league.
Yeah, it's a good time of year.
It really is. I know my team's never been better, you know, in the top spot. We spent a lot of time talking about quarterbacks, and rightfully so. I do think Herbert's getting a raw deal as far as his draft position.
Yeah.
That probably works out pretty good for a guy like yourself who's looking at him and hopefully getting him in the 8th or 9th round.
And he's got a new girlfrin, Madison Beers. I don't know if you saw this.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a picture of him with her. They were asking about it, and he's like, yeah, we were at a chess tournament in L.A.
Oh, I like my quarterbacks playing chess.
So there we go. People
Yes.
are underestimating Mr. Herbert this year. He's got the new girlfriend. He's playing chess. His hair's grown out. This is a good thing.
Is that where Travis Kelce's like, I was playing checkers in the lobby? No?
That makes a lot of sense. You know?
But is that part of why he has skyrocketed in MVP voting futures? Would you say 6th now?
He is 6th
Wow.
right now. So if you like Justin Herbert as much as I do, and one should,
And the Chargers.
there's some money to potentially earn here with the MVP, regular season MVP plus 2,000 for Mr. Herbert.
And Harbaugh, year 2, he's good to his quarterbacks. You know, it's a quarterback friendly environment there, big offensive line, and I think we'll get right into it because he's one of the. I mean, this guy. We talked a little bit about him last week, but he is climbing the boards at a rocket pace, and that's your boy, Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson.
Yes, the running back.
Yeah.
I mean, look out for this guy because he's going up higher and higher. Not tier 1 running back status yet.
No.
But my goodness, Najee Harris with that 4th of July accident where he blew out his eye socket.
Well, I think it's...
And he's not even on the roster yet.
It's one of those things where you get a guy who's playing with one eye, you know, in Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Okay? He's not even on the practice field. He's yet to have a lick of contact. He's not going to be there week 1. I think it's pretty fair to say he's not, and if he is, at what capacity, if at all, that he ever makes it onto the field this season. But no, we've got guys coming on up, like you were talking about, Caleb O'Marion Hampton, the rookie running back for the Chargers, also flying through. He's being found in like the 3rd round, which is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, running backs are there to get. There's incredible value, and this is especially an LAC.
And I do think this is where folks need to forget about the team and a name maybe you're not familiar with, but don't screw it up. If you have the number 1 pick overall, just take Rajon Robinson.
He's the one.
You got to take him. I'm hearing Gibbs. I'm even hearing McCaffrey. I can give McCaffrey a break, but I still I'd be so nervous taking McCaffrey in the 1st round. I really would be. Where I'd probably take Gibbs, maybe even Devon A-Chain out of Miami before I would take McCaffrey.
Well, think about this. When McCaffrey's on the field, right, he's going to get the majority of the red zone looks, which is incredible. That's what you want out of your guy. And he's an incredible athlete.
Yes.
Here's the other issue. He's had some injuries come up
Of course.
that have taken their toll. And that
49ers
happens.
have already had injuries up and down the roster.
The 49ers, and that's their thing. If you look at it, there's a trend of injuries running through the locker room.
Yeah.
And the problem is McCaffrey will try to go on the field. So they're going to play this guy, sometimes start him.
Yeah.
And the Sunday, kickoff, like, is he going to start? Is he going to sit? He starts, but he's not the same guy. He doesn't get the same amount of playing time. And then now look what you've done. And last week's episode on fantasy football, that's up on YouTube, so people can go and find it there. But we also talked about tight ends a little bit. And I heard an interesting take with the departure of Deebo Samuel,
That's really going to help George Kittle. Even though he didn't need help, now he's going to get some more targets. He's probably going to get a few more receptions and yards per game. But it also should help McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel being gone means that there's more ball to spread around, right? And Deebo would even find himself in the backfield some of the times, basically stealing carries from McCaffrey.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. And there's going to be more opportunity for him to zip around and have plays devoted to him catching the ball out of the backfield. But to Kittle, I mean, Kittle is one of the only guys you want at tight end if you're going to take a guy early. Otherwise, you're kind of just playing with what you can get when you can get it type of situation. Do you like the offense and that kind of stuff?
Right.
There's not a lot of heavy hitters to get in tight end, but Kittle, certainly. He'd be the one I'd want.
And just I want to hammer home, don't screw up that number 1 over pick if you have it. You just looked up a pretty interesting stat that Yahoo Sports just came over, and it was just talking about the strength of defenses, rushing defenses versus a team.
Correct. So they're looking at running back fantasy strength of schedule, and they ranked all the teams, right? Yeah. And you already know Bijan Robinson's the guy. Yep. Like there's no question.
Don't overthink this.
They also have the easiest strength of schedule as far as running backs go. So this is against the defense and the schedule that they have.
Let's talk about rushing defenses from last year.
So you could almost, even if it's not Robinson, you'd be like, okay, there's value with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. But it's Robinson. So he's your home run. I don't know. Have you seen the viral videos of people screwing that up and taking like Brian Robinson Jr. number 1?
I did see that.
Like, what are you doing? The league's just laughing, and I hope they hold him to that, as they should.
Yeah.
But Bijan Robinson, he's your go-to number 1. Can't screw it up, and everything is lining up for that. It's not like the talent's there and the opportunities there. Yeah. I mean, you're looking at other values like this strength of schedule. It's there. I like the number 3 team on the strength of schedule, the Jets. Okay. Because, and it's not because of Breece Hall, who everybody's taking in the 4th round. Mm-hmm. It's the guy behind him that I think, and I talked a little bit about him last week.
He's a riser.
Yep. Braylon Allen. You can find him in the 13th round. I don't know by the end of the week if you're going to be able to find him there anymore. Everybody's drafting this week and next.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Jets, you can find their strength of schedule as number 3 tells me not only with this guy's talent and his opportunities, but he's also going to have the lay of the land there.
Are the Jets like the NFL's version of the Michigan Wolverines, where it's so much hype, or USC, or put in the Huskers there too?
With the Huskers, yeah. It is off season.
But I'm like, where is all this love coming from for the Jets? It just blows my mind. And now I'm seeing the old quarterback from the Chicago Bears. He's a top 10 mock draft guy right now, and I'm just like, there's no way he should be 7 or 8 spots ahead of Herbert or any of these guys.
So is it one of those things where here we are locally in Nebraska and we're looking at the Huskers in the offseason and we're going, oh, this is looking good.
So good.
This is looking good.
Yep.
But then you've got New York, the number 1 media market.
Yeah.
And it just explodes, and it grows across the nation that, the Jets, all right, maybe the Jets or something.
They got to give the Bronx what they want. These guys, they want to see their Jets. We got to tell them the Jets are going to be good this year. I'm not buying it. I do like your running back. I'll play along with that. When we get down in the tier 3 running backs, I want to pose you a question.
Yeah.
Bucky Irving, catching some hype here, or Jonathan Taylor. Now, Jonathan Taylor pretty much won me a Super Bowl a couple years ago, so I feel like I look at that guy with kind of rosy-colored glasses, and I'm like,
sure.
I like Jonathan Taylor. I don't think the Colts are going to be as bad as what everybody's writing. It's like the Colts are the opposite of the Jets. Everyone's just writing them out.
Well, they just announced the new starting quarterback today.
Okay.
Daniel Jones. Did you see this? Week 1.
From New York. The parallels.
Yes. So Daniel Jones
Ouch.
is the new starting quarterback in Indianapolis. Now, Jonathan Taylor, here's one thing I do like. Vegas likes him too. They have him at a plus 900. So the 4th best value there, or best odds there to be most rushing yards.
Okay,
in the year.
there it is. I love that.
And that's right behind Bijan Robinson.
Wow.
So,
and see,
to your point,
yes,
there might be something there.
There's the upside, and I feel like his floor is pretty high too. But I don't want to take away from Bucky because I'm all about Bucky. And I love what Tampa Bay is getting back to as far as their offense. Baker Mayfield is loaded at wide receiver. They brought back their all-time leading receiver. And Godwin's back. So when you got two elite receivers that on the outside that spreads that defense out, that makes life a little bit easier for the running back. And I think you're going to see Irving really reap those benefits. So that's why, depending where I'm at in that first round, early second round, I'm going to be looking to Bucky here. I'll just get that out there right now.
Well, not a bad pick. And Baker Mayfield, that guy will sling it all over the field, and it doesn't matter who's out there. If they're open, they'll get it to you. He's our generation's Brett Favre, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and he's got the talent. He's got the coaching behind him.
He's a dark horse to win the MVP, and it makes sense. He had the numbers to win the MVP last year.
And I liked his division. He has a golden opportunity this year to make that big jump. He's got the players around me, and you got to love him. This is like one of those things where when you look at teams you like in fantasy, there's just teams are going to stockpile points, fantasy points for you.
Right. They're playing the Saints twice, and their over-under is 4.5, and they're getting the juice towards the under right now. Ouch. Ouch. What's going on in the South?
Wild.
So, okay, we heard the horn. That means we're up against it. A lot of running backs to choose from, but I would take them high because that's where your points come from. Yeah, it's the golden goose, and there's just not many of them to go around the NFL anymore. Hey, got some exciting news coming up here. We're going to be partnering with Global Sports Bet Network. We're going to be doing a lot of partnerships. We've got some fun things coming your way. Daily types of picks. Rodney calls it day trading. He gets into it so much so he doesn't even call it betting. He doesn't even call it making a wager. It's trading. He's making day trades. So I'm going to repost that interview that I did with him last year. It's just fascinating. Listen to a guy like that that's just numbers oriented.
Yeah.
Just numbers.
If you're into data, this is it.
Listen to this guy. You'll be sold like I was. I can't wait for this to come out and see what it looks like. I think we're going to have a landing page and prizes and picks and all sorts of goodies for our listeners. So that's to come. Global Sports Network. Can't wait to get that launched. But you heard the horn. We're up against it. So we'll see you after the break.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
You're going to pull me back in.
Don't get away. This is WTL. And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I am your host, Andy Classen, joined by
J.O.
Oh, J.O. from Nebraska as your X handle says.
Find me there. Let's chat.
Yeah, let's get there. It's a fun follow. It's a good one. I noticed that those posts kind of mirror the Laugh With Me post. Do you got like the same publicist or social media company?
Yeah, so
there?
The producer of the Laugh With Me podcast is Johnny.
Okay.
Johnny Palermo. He handles a lot of the socials. I handle my own personal social.
Oh, okay.
He handles the Laugh With Me social. He is very involved with some of the content that I'm putting out of mine as well. There's some mirroring there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like a little overlap every now and then.
Every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
all right. So it's
there you go.
Yeah. All right.
Shout out Johnny.
Yeah, check out Johnny's work over at the Laugh With Me handle as well. So there you have it.
Yeah.
So we want to keep this fantasy football ball rolling because it's rolling with full steam right now. We talked running backs. Now we want to talk about maybe some players and really just teams that you just want to stay away from. We're going to be getting into strength of schedule, injuries, all sorts of things. I'm going to give you the floor here. Where do you want to start with players that we want to just tell everyone?
This season, the game begins before the games begin. On August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day. 24 hours of deals on all your football season predictions. Futures Day is coming. Visit the FanDuel app to learn more and get your picks ready now. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and present in select states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This episode is brought to you by FX's Alien Earth, the official podcast. Each week, host Adam Rogers is joined by guests, including the show's creator, cast, and crew, in this exclusive companion podcast. They will explore story elements, deep dive into character motivations, and offer an episode-by-episode behind-the-scenes breakdown of each terrifying chapter in this new series. Search FX's Alien Earth wherever you listen to podcasts.
Stay away from.
Just kind of stay away.
Yeah,
I mean,
steer clear.
Here's the thing. there's always teams that you're like, okay, like the Saints back in the day with Drew Brees.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You wanted everybody they had. You wanted the tight ends. You wanted the wide receivers, the running back, because you knew they were going to score points. I look at this year's Pittsburgh Steelers, and I see a team that on the field, at best, is going to be 8 wins, right? Which Mike Tomlin will be perfectly happy with.
Yeah,
That's kind of what they do.
That's what he's been doing quite a bit lately.
Statistically, though, when you're looking at fantasy, I don't see where the action's going to be.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe DK Metcalf, and his value is going to drop dramatically.
Boy, that's a maybe.
Because of Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who is looking every bit his age. What's he, 55 now?
Yeah, something like
He's up there, isn't
he? Yeah.
So if preseason's any indication of what the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is going to look like, I'm steering clear of DK Metcalf because of the Aaron Rodgers attachment.
So you're not getting the vibe. You know, we had that one fantastic year of Tom Brady and Randy Moss. You're not getting DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers. That's not the okay.
And it makes sense, right? Like, that makes sense. Okay, what does Aaron Rodgers need to be successful? Well, let's give him guys around him. But I don't know that he got the guys. I mean, you got DK Metcalf at wide receiver. You got Jalen Warren at running back, which they're going to be okay as guys stocked on your bench.
Yeah.
I don't like them as guys that are going to win the league for you, which really this time of year, that's kind of what you're looking for is those nuggets.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers, unfortunately, the Hall of Famer is what scares me the most about this football team fantasy-wise.
You know, and Jabron he is over Aaron Rodgers. He has been for a couple of years now, but he has that talent. It's just, what a weird, it almost feels like wherever he would have landed would have been a weird landing spot.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him in Minneapolis and just fulfill his destiny to go from Green Bay to
I did for the storyline because that is awesome.
But no,
football-wise, wanted to see him on the Rams. I thought that made a lot of sense because there's even better offensive talent around him. The defense is all right. So, and the head coach is just on another level when it comes to the quarterback. So I liked him there, but he ended up in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Well, I want to go the other way. I want to say somebody I'm kind of high on.
Okay.
Due to the external elements happening. I liked Tony Pollard when he was a Dallas Cowboy for years and years. Now he finds himself at the top of the heap as far as the roster spots go, the depth chart for the Tennessee Titans. And they have the 4th easiest schedule that was released by the NFL. And their metrics, one of the main ones is they're measuring rush defense, their opposition's rush defenses. So I'm thinking here's a running back that's just flown under the radar his entire career, being overshadowed by Zeke and this. Even when he had better years and better numbers, it didn't matter.
Nope.
Nobody's talking about Tony Pollard.
Always number 2.
And now he's on. Is there a more obscure team than the Tennessee Titans? Now he's out there in Nashville or wherever the hell they are, and the table is just set for him to have a really good year here, and nobody's talking about him. And I think if you're looking to load up on running backs, Pollard's the guy you got to look at.
And he's got an absolute animal at quarterback.
No,
I mean, in theory, right? I mean, the rookie, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Yeah. So he's a guy.
And Cam Ward is getting after it, too. Even in the press conferences, he's saying some bold things.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what you want out of your quarterback, but then you got to back it up on the field. And if Tony Pollard's going to have a great season, it's because he's got some action from his quarterback, which is a better fit than who they had, the rookie quarterback last year. I forget his name, but he was a meme machine. Every single week, he's flying around, throwing sideways. I mean, he had memes galore, which I loved him for.
Yeah.
He just wasn't so good for fantasy.
The points? Yeah, interceptions, that's negative points in my league, so we don't like that. You know who has the toughest schedule by these NFL cybermetrics next level stats? The New York Giants. What did they do to deserve the toughest schedule? I mean, haven't they lost enough games for the last couple of years? They don't even have Danny Dimes isn't even there anymore.
It's because of the boat picture. Remember the boat picture?
Odell
Beckham. It's
been downhill since then.
It's been downhill since then. Just look at the stats. They have been downhill since then, and until they make that right.
Yeah.
It's going to continue.
Well, I wasn't going to take any Giants anyway, but that kind of solidifies it for me. In Chicago, the Bears are number 2 on the toughest schedule, and I wasn't planning on taking too many Bears either. So it's like there's some more fuel for that fire.
Now, Malik Neighbors is probably the only Giant that I'm looking at and going, okay, he's a guy. Because, the odds makers in Vegas even have him as like the 4th highest odds to get most receiving yards. But outside of that, I'm steering clear of the Giants.
Yeah, and I've heard that sentiment too, where it's like Neighbors might not be that, solid round 2 guy, but he's still going to get good numbers. So don't be scared off of the Neighbors train at all. But, take that in consideration. He's going to be facing a lot of double-team bracketed coverage because what else do we have over there for New York?
So here's a football team that lives in an amazing city, Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
Hate their fantasy opportunities for us, okay? So look at their quarterback. New quarterback, Geno Smith.
Oh, I thought you were talking about their new quarterback owner.
That guy. It's still weird seeing him walking around in a Raiders jacket, but
he's never gonna leave.
So Geno Smith, quarterback, I think he's a really good quarterback. I liked him in Seattle. Yeah. I don't like him in this Raiders offense, and it's because of who's around him. Ashton Jonty, who's the favorite to be the Rookie of the Year, I think is going to find that the NFL's tougher, and maybe this.
So you're not on that hype train.
I am not on that hype
there's
train.
So much
at
going on.
all.
Wow.
And
he's one of the higher running backs rated.
He is. And I'm saying this right now. I'm on the record as if you pick him in the first round where he's being projected, you blew your first round in fantasy. Okay? You blew it. Also, they have a guy, another position that is a high pick in fantasy at tight end, Brock Bowers. Everybody loves Brock Bowers, right?
Yeah.
Ultra talented.
Yes.
But did you know he just shaved his head and he's super bald now? You didn't know that.
No,
you didn't know that.
Yes, I didn't know that.
No, that's going to have an impact. He's going to wear his helmet different. It's going to feel different. It's going to operate different. I don't like Brock Bowers this year because of the hair situation.
The hair situation.
He gave up. He gave up too soon. He's a young guy.
Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
He did not.
He could do a little bit of the comb over, you're saying? He doesn't have to,
okay.
Just gel it up, whatever.
You're in Vegas. You could figure it out.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do there.
Surgeries for that stuff.
A lot of people are off Brock Bowers just because they're thinking there's going to be a regression there. He played so well, jumped on the scene. You're not going to surprise anybody now from that tight end position. And, I mean, we've seen it with so many other tight ends. Laporta had a terrible sophomore year, and everyone's kind of predicting that for Brock Bowers, come back to earth this year.
Yeah, I mean, look at his division, too. Every single team in the West, everybody's talking about as playoff possibilities, right? The Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs, of course. So that's a very tough division. New head coach, the bald head. There's just a lot of things working against Brock Bowers.
Okay. We got a couple more minutes here. Do you got any guys that you like due to the situation?
Yeah, I mean, there's...
Okay.
Sure. I mean, if we're going to talk about guys that we like, Brenton Strange, tight end, Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay.
All right.
He's a guy that's flying on the radar that you can get around the 14th round.
Wow.
They like him a lot.
Okay.
So if you're going to be loading up at wide receiver, running back, as you should, wait on tight end. Wait till the end for tight end. He's a guy the Jacksonville Jaguars like a lot. This is a team that's going to be competitive in that division. I like him. I think he's going to come out swinging early, getting opportunities, and he's going to be a player immediately. So it's now that you can get him without people talking.
I was going to say, where's he going in mock drafts?
He's going in the 14th round.
14th round in a lot of these mock. So you're not going to lose too much sleep over a 14th round pick.
No.
Anyway.
So if he doesn't pan out,
yeah.
There you go.
We mentioned him last week. I wanted to get a quick word in on him once again because I'm looking at the strength of schedule. Chuba Hubbard. For the Carolina Panthers, they have one of the easiest schedules in the league. He, carried the pail last year, won some leagues last year with his output. I don't see that going down at all. In fact, a lot of people are saying his young quarterback is one of the risers in the league. So you add all those things together, going up against a lot of weaker defenses throughout the entire season. Anyway, that's what the NFL is predicting right now. There's no reason. I'm seeing him as a tier 4 running back.
Wild.
Get out of here.
He should be in your starting lineup.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, he might be my RB1 if I screw things up the way I usually do.
Yeah.
So. All right, you got one more name?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hear it.
All right, let's get you. Let's go back to Tampa Bay. Okay, Amika. I'm gonna screw this guy's name up. Amika Egbuka.
Ibuka?
Okay, Ibuka. Okay. All right, so I didn't screw it up too bad. We named a whole bunch of guys that Baker Mayfield is going to throw to or hand it off to, but he's the guy that you're going to be able to find in like the 8th, 9th round range.
Okay.
And he's going to be a guy that's on your bench that's probably going to be in your starting lineup quite often, I believe. Because Godwin's not a guy that stays on the field.
That's true.
So he's the guy that's going to be taking those opportunities from him. And I don't even know that he's starting the season healthy. And I'm not talking about Ibuka, I'm talking about Godwin. So there's opportunities for this guy. Mayfield likes him. He's been all over the field during preseason. So there's a little nugget for you.
You could save your bacon 4, 5, 6 weeks out of the season, talking injuries, and injuries do happen.
Which really, when you're talking about making the playoffs, it's guys like him that help you get there.
You got to get there. And Baker played in every single game last year, one of the few quarterbacks, one of the few players that did that.
Very durable.
And now he's a dark horse candidate to win the MVP. A lot to like over there in Tampa Bay, no doubt about it.
There you go.
Well, J.O., that's going to about do it for us this week. So be sure to follow us over on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page. We're also on X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We also love the banter. We're already catching some critiques. Some critiques in the comment sections. I love it. We're also going to have those daily free picks for you over on TikTok. Jabron, the Parlay Pounder, is going to be holding that down. For J.O., Jeremy Odem, I'm Andy Classen. Thank you all for listening. This has been WTL.